I'm Jim Ladd, and we're back now with our special two-part interview of Stevie Nicks.
And Sister Honey, was this inspired by someone you know, Sister Honey?
Well, no, actually, Les Dudek and I wrote this song, and it was inspired by us.
Is that right?
Yeah. He just started playing those chords. Da, 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 right? And I just went, all right, baby. And it was written.
So this kills me. You come up with a line like Solemn Stranger just because somebody plays some chords.
Well, and he's playing live, though, you know, in my living room.
Yeah, I know, but I mean...
He's going, you know, and he's playing real, like, not only live, but loud. I mean, the entire canyon is ringing with Sister Honey, you know. It's like, I can't believe that the people aren't trying to burn down our house, you know. Because he's really playing that, and I'm going, you know, those parts are all really loud. Come back, solemn stranger. It's your last chance. It's like I'm screaming, you know. And yeah, it just once again, you know, you get that sparkle, and you're standing in a room with somebody that's playing great, and that they're not really paying a hell of a lot of attention to you because they're playing their thing, you know, and you're just standing there trying to think something that even gets their or anybody else's attention. And so yeah, you just draw back and go, okay, I'm gonna blow your mind now. And you go, you know. Just wow, nobody's right, baby, all the time. And you know, and the guitar player or the piano player or your mom or your dog or something, they look up, you know, and they go, all right, you know.
Now, did you write all the lyrics for this?
For Sister?
Yeah.
All except for the second verse, which Les walked over to me knowing I was a soft touch and handed me like 6 lines, and I went like, you're not serious. I don't have to really sing these, right? And just because I love Les and because, you know, because I thought, all right, I'll do that favor for you. One time, I just looked down at the words and I just sang them.
All right, which one of you wrote this line? So take some
time to know the real story, because
the soul that's true is your ride.
Your ride to glory. Les wrote that.
That's a good line. Give him my compliments. A soul that's true is your ride to glory. I like that.
It's like it's your connection.
The song called If I Were You. Here's another song in which you did not write the lyrics, and this is real unusual for you to do this many cover songs on an album. What touched you about this song that made you want to do it? The
middle part that I did write.
Oh, really?
The middle part was just instrumental. And Rick had this, he wanted me to just sing something. He didn't even care what. But so I you know, got all his words, and I just picked out this certain part that said, I believe that love is a living thing. That for a single moment of inspiration, and as it grows, it changes our life forever. What this meant to me was, sometimes, if you will just listen to somebody, it might just change your life forever. And it's only going to take you a couple minutes to listen. And I thought that this was a real important thing for everybody to remember, was that if somebody really needs to tell you something or talk to you, you just don't know. And you should always give it a chance, because for a single moment of inspiration, because there are so few real moments of inspiration, that if that gives you a single moment of inspiration, you should go for it.
Has anyone ever written anything for you? Well, it's an interesting question, but it's even a more beautiful song. We'll find out about it when our interview of Stevie Nicks continues. I'm Jim Ladd, and we're back now with the conclusion of part 1 of our very special 2-part interview of Stevie Nicks.
Let's go on to the song that I probably had something in my eye when I listened to this. I don't know, but I don't know what it was.
You should have seen me when I wrote it. I had something like in my head.
This is
like a brick hammer.
It didn't affect me. I want you to know that. It didn't like move me or anything. It just, I don't know, it was a piece of dust or something. But has anyone ever written anything for you? One of the best things I think you've ever done, period, in all the things you've ever done. Was this written for a person, or did you write this for every person?
Well, to be totally dancing around the subject, of course I wrote it for every person, because I always write my songs for everyone. But yes, it was written for one person, and it was written for it was written as a song for somebody that had written a song for somebody else. And it was like, okay, you wrote this for that person, now I'm going to write this for you.
What do you mean by this phrase? Poet, priest of nothing.
Legend. It means all the rock and roll stars in the world that I know. They're all poets, and they're all priests of nothing, and they're all legends.
How many people that you've met do you think handle that role well and don't misuse it?
Few.
Few? Really?
Very few.
So you think the majority of the people that you see somehow don't use the role well, or respect
well, it's
the
like
robe?
They are poets, but they don't push themselves to their limits. Priests of nothing means they don't try hard enough. They don't do with what they have what I feel they could do. And so whenever I get involved with any of them, I tend to become like, their manager and their agent and their, well, why don't you why don't we get out your piano, plug it in, why don't we write a song or something, or hey, let's arrange this for me, and it's like, I even know that if I can even just get them to the piano, if I can just lure them with like a glass of wine and like some carrots and stuff, like just get them to the piano, that they'll be home free, and so will I be, because I'll get to stand there and watch them be brilliant and probably write something, and they will be knocked out because they're doing what they do, and they forget they have a job,
For a moment here, you sound like Mother Superior in this, because I've never seen anybody have to whip you to get to work. It's like completely the opposite.
I'm not a priest of nothing.
Okay.
I'm a priestess of way too much,
Yeah.
My problem is the other extreme. It's like, how many rooms can she clean, hospitals can she visit, children can she take care of, meals can she cook, shows can she do, fittings can she go for, makeup hours, it's like I try to fit the impossible into, 24 hours. And all the poets, the priests of nothing, they're sleeping.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the first part of our two-part special interview with Stevie Nicks, and that you'll be sure to join us next week, same time and same frequency, for part 2 of our interview with this most special rock and roll gypsy. I'm Jim Ladd.